Yo, yo, yo. What might we do today? Yo. Oh shit, wait. Oh no. No. Nice. What might we do today? Well, if you looked at the title, you will probably know we start a new RPG. Persona 3. FES. I played it a little bit, and I finished it. Wait. We can watch the intro together, I think. Just see. It's just like this game. I want to stream one day, but it takes an eternity. I'm like, nah. I'm just gonna do this. Start it right now, just for fun. Here we are. Yeah. Let me just...
Battle, then I'll take it to the street where there's no rules. Take off the gloves, rip, please to down. Gotta prove my skills, so get down. My lyrical depths to roll, battle smack down now. Gotta shoot to kill, and shoot to skill. Don't you be afraid, man's gotta do how it feels. 6 to 7 to 8 to 9, 10. I flip the script to make it to the top 10. Go.
So yeah, a little preview, if you might. And some people might be like, oh, why Persona 3? Why not 4 or 5? I hope we get there one day. I played a bit of 3. I finished 4 golden, the normal 5. And over halfway through 5 real. You may begin the story of Persona 3 from here with new features. If you are playing Persona 3 for the first time, we recommend that you start with this mode. Those who have already played the game can enjoy the new features that have been added. Do you want to know what has been added? Yes, please. Several pop-up personas have been added, as well as a special link. Interacting with other persona users, as well as social links, have been enriched. Combat has been enhanced with an optional hard difficult mode for an extra challenge, as well as a new weapon fusion, enabling you to create new weapons by fusing personas. There are also many new requests that has been undertaken at the Velvet Room. Beyond these, there are other enhancements for experienced players to enjoy. Continue the game? Continue the game. Yeah, I'm excited. If you have saved data from Persona 3, some things from that save has been transferred over. The things that has been transferred are registered personas in the compendium, known fusion spell combinations, academic, charm and courage rankings, items gained from social links that have reached max. Transfer your data? Yes. check a memory card. Nah, I have not played the OG. Continue the game without transferring any data. Yes. Select a difficulty level. I will play easy actually. Because I stream and I don't want to grind. I played on normal. I need to grind a fair bit, so to actually be able to experience the story with you guys, I actually want to play on easy. Battles will be less challenging than normal. You'll have the option to continue up to 10 times after your character has been unconscious. Once you have begun, this setting cannot be changed without starting game. Continue? Yes. So yeah. I will be playing this rather easily. Because I want to be able to actually have the energy to play through. Maybe try and play Persona 4 Golden if I can get my Vita on the PC. I know there are some hacks. But yeah, let's see. Time has never waited. Ah.
Doing? What else? I know. You just got transferred to a new department. Hey, that's no good. Show you what taste.
I still have
Yeah, look at that guy.
Isn't it cute?
Can't believe what he's doing. He's just being a big baby. He'll have to grow up one of these days. Hey, what did you say? Hey, knock it off. Are you serious?
Try one.
You didn't know? You're an idiot.
Yeah, I'm at the station right now.
Invisible hands are behind you just now. If you ever win that race against Bleach, then you became close this no man's land.
Attention passengers. We sincerely apologize for any inconvenience caused by the delay. The next stop is
You got to let it move first, let it out.
Iwa Todai.
Then depressed, let's get it up. Then what you gonna do is
Iwa Todai. Iwa Todai. This is the final train bound for Tatsumi Port Island. Please make sure you board in time for departure. Iwa Todai. Iwa Todai.
You're late. I've been waiting a long time for you.
Now, if you want to proceed, please sign your name there. It's a contract. Don't worry. All it says is that you'll accept full responsibility for your actions. You know, the usual stuff.
So yeah, welcome to Persona. Let me see, what is Persona 3 first main character name? It's Makoto Yuki. So yeah, why not just name him what I've guessed the series named him? Yeah, the movie adaptation. Yuki. Proceed. Yes.
No one can escape time. It delivers us all to the same end. You can't plug your ears and cover your eyes. And so it begins.
Who's there? Takeba, wait!
No soul, robust, cold, bust, beat, bust, justice to the man with no life. Tear up the fear, the end is coming in, spit it out like a spear, I'll burn and dread.
I didn't think you'd arrive so late. My name is Mitsuru Kirijo. I'm one of the students who live in this dorm.
Nice to meet you.
Who's he? He's a transfer student. It was a last-minute decision to assign him here. He'll eventually be moved to a room in the boys' dorm.
Do I have to?
Is it okay for him to be here?
I guess we'll see. This is Yukari Takeba. She'll be a junior this spring, just like you.
Oh, nice to meet you, miss.
Hey,
Nice to meet you.
yeah. Nice to meet you too.
It's getting late, so you should get some rest. Your room's on the second floor at the end of the hallway. Your things should already be there.
How convenient.
Oh, I'll show you the way. Follow me. This is it. Pretty easy to remember, huh? Since it's right at the end of the hall.
Yeah. Thank you for showing me, Yukari.
Oh yeah, make sure you don't lose your key, or you'll never hear the end of it. So, any questions?
Does that kid live here too? He looked a bit younger.
What kid?
Oh no, not again.
What are you talking about? Come on, it's not funny.
Hate when I get small children illusions. Yukari doesn't seem to know what you're talking about.
Can I ask you something?
Sure, go ahead.
On your way here from the station, was everything okay?
Yeah, I think so. But what do you mean by that?
You know what I...
No?
Never mind. It seems like you're all right.
Yeah.
Well, I better get going.
You want something?
I'm sure you still have other questions, but let's save them for later, okay?
Okay then.
Good night.
Good night.
It's Yukari. Are you awake?
Yeah, I'm awake.
Good morning. Did you sleep okay?
Yeah, it was a rather okay sleep.
Mitsuru Senpai asked me to take you to school.
Oh, this song. Ooh, that's all I say.
It's getting late, so are you ready to go?
Yeah, I'm ready.
Okay, then let's go.
Lead the way.
So that's it. See, there it is.
Ready for this? What a slacker.
All I did was
Morning. Good morning.
About trying out for science.
Well, this is it.
Looks rather.
We're here. Welcome to Gekukan High School. Hope you like it. You're okay from here, right? You should
Yeah.
go see your homeroom teacher first.
Where might that be?
The faculty office is right there to the left.
Ah, thank you.
And that concludes the tour. Do you have any questions before I go?
No? No, not really.
Hey, about last night, don't tell anyone what you saw, okay?
Okay.
See you later.
There are many people standing in front of the bulletin board. What may this be then? Oh. I don't see my name. What should I do? Here. Class rosters are posted. You can't find your name. Look for it again. There's a small note with your name on it. Yuki Makoto, Class F. F for the very good student. Might it be around here? Oh, faculty member? Listen, if you're a real man, you should have the soul of a samurai. At this school, we teach students to become samurai, so they can succeed in society and... Wow! But this is great! I wish to also become a samurai. Yes, that's it. That's the spirit. You might not be from here, but you're on the same page. The two of them seemed very excited. Who might you be? Library? That's strange. I saw the map, but where am I? You're at library. Nurse office. Oh. Faculty office. It's the factory office. Enter. Let's see where this leads us.
Oh, are you the new student?
That will be me.
11th grade, correct?
Yep.
Wow, you've lived in a lot of different places.
Yeah, sadly.
Let's see. In 1999, and that was what, 10 years ago? Your parents...
Yeah,
I'm sorry. I've been so busy I didn't have time to read this beforehand.
10 years ago, I became an anime protagonist.
I'm Miss Toriumi. I teach composition. Welcome to our school.
Thank you.
Have you seen the classroom assignments? You're in 2F. That's my class.
Oh, how great.
But first, we need to go to the auditorium. The welcoming ceremony will be starting soon.
Okay.
Follow me.
Guess I will follow you then.
As you begin the new school year,
Blah, blah, blah.
I'd like each of you to remember the proverb, if a job's worth doing, it's worth doing well.
That is this stream, and all of them.
When applied to student life, this means
And this is applied to stream and live. This means don't stream a game if it's boring. The principal continues with his speech.
hey,
What do you want? The student behind you is trying to get your attention.
You came to school with Yukari this morning, right?
So what?
I saw you two walking together.
Want any dirty information?
Hey, I have a question.
No?
Do you know if she has a boyfriend?
Soon she do.
I see. I thought you might know, but I guess not.
Yeah. I just came here, but I guess I know.
So how well do you know her?
From 1 to 10, we met yesterday, so I guess 7?
I hear talking. I believe it's someone in Ms. Toriumi's class.
It's him, points behind me.
Shh, be quiet. You're going to get me in trouble.
Oh, hell yeah. Yeah, a lot of people talking.
What's up, dude?
Sup, dude?
How's it going?
Total trouble, man. Who are you, though?
Me?
Yeah, you. You with a fancy hat and the black, red, white thingy?
I'm Junpei Iori. Nice to meet you.
Nice to meet you too.
I transferred here when I was in 8th grade.
So been here a little bit longer than me then.
I know how tough it is being the new kid.
Yeah, I understand. Just look at you.
So wanted to say, hey, see what a nice guy I am?
No?
Hey, it's Yucatan.
Yeah?
I didn't think we'd be in the same class again.
Poor her.
At it again, huh? I swear you'll talk to anyone if they'll listen.
Guess we should run away as fast as we can.
Did you ever think you might be bothering someone?
Like me?
What? But I was just being friendly.
Weirdo.
If you say so. Anyway, it looks like we're in the same homeroom.
Huh. How convenient. Must be fate.
Fate? Yeah, right.
Yeah, right. This is not some kind of game, this is just regular everyday high school.
Still, I'm a little surprised.
Hello? Are you forgetting that I'm in this class too?
Oh, hi. Right, I forgot.
By the way, I heard you two came to school together this morning. What's up with that? Come on, give me the dirt.
Yeah, so we're going to save the world together.
What are you talking about? We live in the same dorm. There's nothing going on, okay?
Oh, wasn't it the girls' dorm? Didn't we live in the girls' dorm like some disgusting person?
Why are people even talking about it? Now you have me worried. Hey.
Hey.
You didn't say anything to anyone about, you know what, did you?
Oh no.
Okay, good.
I know how important these kind of things are. No, I've known you for like 12 hours. Yeah.
Seriously, don't say anything about last night, alright?
Okay. Junpei's getting it though.
What?
Last night?
Ooh, you want to know about it?
Wait a minute! Don't get the wrong idea!
Please do.
Listen! I just met him yesterday, and there's absolutely nothing between us.
Oh, rip.
Jeez. I've gotta go. I've got something to take care of for the archery team. But you better not start any rumors.
What about me then? Should I start hearing rumors?
Who cares? No one takes rumors seriously anyway.
Let me tell you about the game called Persona 2. The rumors matter a lot. It's like the whole gimmick. Like a certain person comes back and is furious with glasses.
She's so paranoid.
Sunglasses.
But hey, it's your first day here and people are already talking about you.
In the good or the bad way.
Believe it or not, she's actually pretty popular. You the man.
Yeah, I'm the man. Just look at me.
This is gonna be a fun year. I can feel it.
It's stressful too, I can feel that. So yeah, I enjoyed this game. Let's go to go home with Junpei. Just two bros chilling, 3 feet apart. Oh no, don't look at it. Ugh. That's not somebody important. You know that by you seeing is nothing special. After school. There's a sign-in sheet on the counter. Oh, you can save your game at the sign-in sheet.
Welcome back.
Thank you, Mitsuru. Let's save. What will you do? Save! Let's see, when was the last time I played this game? Ah, I can't see. I think it was 2-3 years ago? And yeah, I'm a filthy person who saves this game on one save. You're not welcome, I know you will hate it. Oh, hello Mitsuru. Haven't talked to you from behind? You really shouldn't be going outside on your own at night. It's too dangerous. Anyway, you must be tired. You should get a good night's rest. Should I though? Let's explore a little bit. What might we find? TV? TV? It's a trend. Just might spread all over town. On new series about the cherry blossom. It's springtime and they're all over time now. The blossoms this year were a little late compared to other years, but they might be at the peak this week. Oh look, 2 days maybe. Let's see. You got here. Oh hi, what you doing? Just looking around. Well, there's not much to see. You're probably felt tired, huh? Maybe you should go to bed early tonight. Ah. Oh. What's here? There's a the back door is locked. Sounds interesting. This is the women's restroom. This is the men's restroom. Oh hell yeah. If you can't go on to do your business in game, is it really worth it? Just hear that frying chicken sound. You feel refreshed. You can just become great. Oh nice. Alright. I'm in a trance. This song will get stuck in your head. It's not a question. It just will. And not in a good way either. It's just like, yeah. No, you can't unforget it. I wonder if I actually can go up. Let me see. The room seems to be empty. Yes? Wait. Can I actually like go into everybody's room because nobody's here? Ooh. Spicy. Let's see. Oh no. Okay, let's see. This nameplate says Akihiko. There's somebody inside. Is that Mitsuru? I'm busy driving. Sorry, but could you come back later? Okay then. Don't go back. And the deal? It seems to be empty. Go inside. In some games they're like, yeah, we hit this. But if you don't do it on the first or second day, yeah, no. You just stop thinking about it. Oh, it's just a healing item, sorry. It could still be good even if I'm playing on easy because I don't want to grind. Grinding is kinda stinky poo poo. So let's see here. Nothing here. Next floor then. Third floor hallway. This room seems to be empty. I have a few rooms. Nothing? No. Okay then. Wanna put you in a trance. Another empty room. Anything at all? No, that I don't remember any game of the games having like super good secrets early. Yuka Harry. Yeah, we met earlier. Maybe. Mitsuru. Shouldn't there be like 2 rooms here? What's over here then? The door is locked. Oh my. What is in this room? Oh no. Yeah. You feel refreshed. Feel great. See? Anything at all? If it knocks, don't open. I wonder what that might be. Oh no. Shit. BRB. Just have to take a quick break. Yeah. Oh my, oh my. I'm back now. My tummy was just like, no, go away now. You need to do it right now. I was like, no, I can hold it, and it was just, no. Can I go up? Okay. Guess I will go back to my room then, I guess. Go back to your room. Will you go back to your room today? Go back? You feel tired, you should get some rest. Ah, shit.
I'm going out for a bit.
Please don't.
Didn't you see the newspaper?
No.
There's a lot going on.
Yeah. You could say that.
I know. People who had no problems before are suddenly developing acute cases of apathy syndrome. I've seen it in the news quite often lately. They say it's due to stress, but...
Yeah, right. It has to be them. Otherwise, it's not worth my time.
Not worth my time.
You have a one-track mind. Will you be okay on your own?
Yeah, I think I will.
The chairman will be here for the next few days, but after that, I can...
Yeah. Very rough.
Don't worry, I'm just getting a little practice.
Yeah. A little bit of practice, you say?
This isn't a game, Akihiko.
Are you sure about that? It feels like a game to me, but what do I know? Looking at these things, it's like, probably a game. Yo, we had a conversation. Did you hear the rumors? Something about a bathroom? No. Not that one. I mean the story about the first year student. Not only did she stop coming to school, she does nothing but she still has that wall all day. If her mother tries to talk to her, she only mutters to herself, "It's coming, it's coming." Shit. Don't believe me? The first bell has rung. Textbooks, and we will take a look at the first novel by Senso Kansai. Why him? I read the teacher Akisubo Kubota. He became famous as a singer, but he also produced fine literatures. I wonder why it's not in the textbook. Well, I just bring Kubota's book next time. Smart. Hey Junpei, were you listening? Who did I say was my favorite author? You know shit. Let me just... I wonder... I think she said something... Oh, what might she have asked? Oh... I hope it's Usoba Kubota. That's right, you're listening to me after all. Yes. Well, you know, you pay attention. Hey, totally not cheating. Man, you saved my bacon, Yuki. You're the classmates whispering. You gave him a dancer. You must pay attention in class. You became slightly more popular. Oh, thank you, mates. Thank you all. Your charm has increased. Oh, hell yeah. After school. Since classes are end for the day, you say to go back to the dorm. Why be so boring? Oh my. The strip mall is lovely in the evening. Wonder if I will be able to go there. I hope I can.
Oh, he's back.
So, this is our new guest.
Yes, it's me.
Good evening.
Oh, thank you.
My name is Shuji Ikutski. I'm the chairman of the board for your school.
Ah, okay.
Ikutski. Hard to say, isn't it?
Ikutski.
That's why I don't like introducing myself. Even I get tongue-tied sometimes.
Understandable,
Please,
dude.
have a seat. I apologize about the confusion regarding your accommodations.
Okay. Why were the confusions, though?
However, it may take a while longer before you receive the proper room assignment.
Oh no. What will I ever do? Oh no.
Is there anything you'd like to ask?
Why are you here?
To welcome you, of course.
Ah, understandable though.
Well, to be honest, I do have other business here.
Oh, what might that be?
Speaking of which, where's Mitsuru, Yukari?
Who's Mitsuru?
She's upstairs.
Okay, it's her, okay.
As diligent as always. Although it doesn't hurt to come down and say hello.
Yeah.
Is there anything else?
No. Who else lives here, by the way?
There were only 4 students in this dorm.
4 students, but 14 rooms? Might need a few more people here, I guess.
You, Yukari here, Mitsuru, and a senior named Akihiko Sanada.
So that was who was.
I hope you all get along.
Yeah, nothing's happened yet, at least.
Any other questions?
That night I saw... Ooh.
You saw something strange. Like what?
You should have called Ghostbusters if you saw something strange, but what do I know? What do I know?
You were probably just tired. I wouldn't worry about it.
Are you sure about that? Something doesn't seem right.
Do you have another question?
No, I'm good.
Then I hope you have a successful school year.
Oh, thank you. I hope you also have a successful year. Hopefully you don't die or something. Or turn evil. What do I know?
Now, if you'll excuse me.
You're excused.
You must be tired from all the excitement. You should go to bed early.
I rather study.
As they say, the early bird catches the bookworm.
No. The night owl spends too much time doing stupid things.
Please forgive the pun.
You'll get used to his lame jokes.
Hope they get better. Because I like some good dad jokes, but that was pretty weak. Ooh. Oh my. Do we sleeping? Oh.
Working hard?
Oh, hardly working.
So,
Booyah.
how's he doing?
He went to bed a little while ago. He's asleep now.
Yeah.
Mr. Chairman, do you think he's...
Well, let's wait and see for now. The
What
dark
are
hour
you
is
talking about?
approaching.
Ah, I wonder how long that would take. Hopefully not too long.
That was the Bayside Rockers. Well, that's all the time we have for this week. Be sure to tune in again next week. KJ out.
Totally. There's nothing a few
Program
beers
was
won't
brought to you by Kirijo Electronics, bringing you the future. At the sound of the tone, the time will be 12 o'clock a.m.
Oh. Oh no. Oh no. Shit. I think you will need therapy for that.
He's still sleeping.
Yeah? Should we be?
The dark hour occurs every day at 12 midnight. You could say it's the hidden hour. During this time, an ordinary person transmogrifies into a coffin and is oblivious to all that occurs.
But don't those two already know that? It's almost like convenience for us.
Then he must be...
Dead.
As you can see, he's retained his human form.
Yeah.
He's asleep, but he's definitely experiencing the dark hour.
If you say so.
The only question that remains is whether or not he has the potential.
I am the main protag, so I guess I'm just a dog.
Although, he must. If he didn't, they would have preyed on him by now.
Naughty.
Scary.
Kinky.
In any case, we should continue to monitor him for a few more days.
Yes, sir.
I feel kind of bad, though, spying on him like this.
What? Are you saying you feel bad for spying on Piki? Just like watching him sleep? No. Nothing creep at all there. Hell yeah.
Welcome to the Velvet Room, my dear young man.
Hell yeah. Amazing stuff.
My name is Igor. I am delighted to make your acquaintance.
Me too. Me too. Big fan, by the way. Big fan.
This is Elizabeth. She's a resident here, like myself.
Pleased to meet you.
Pleased to meet you too.
This place exists between dream and reality, mind and matter.
Any special name for it?
It's been years since we've had a guest.
But did you say this place was like in between time and space? I just keeping a calendar of about when it should be.
Only those who have signed the contract can enter this place.
Okay.
Henceforth, you shall be welcome here in the Velvet Room.
Thank you.
You are destined to hone your unique ability, and you will require my help to do so. I only ask one thing in return: that you abide by the contract and assume responsibility for the choices you make.
Give me a second. I don't understand.
That is fine for now.
Okay, that's good then.
Hold on to this.
Thank you. Velvet key, oh my,
Till
oh
we
my.
meet again.
Okay. Ooh, big yellow circle. That's nice. It feels like you had a strange dream. However, it's time to go to school. Oh, we don't have a... Sadly, we don't have a person who just comes and wakes us up every morning. Rip. Guess it was just the first day. Oh, it's the weirdo. What's up? Man, today is the perfect day. Truly, dude. The sky is blue, you're young. What more could we ask for? Well, you're full of energy. Of course. Dude, listen to this. Oh wait, I'm not supposed to say anything. Sorry, man. That dude. That dude. He knows stuff. I'm Mr. Ekuda. I'll be teaching you classic literature. I'll be teaching you about good old Japan all year. Some people say classic lit isn't relevant to everyday life, but oh, how they're wrong. The students, not the teachers. Wrong, wrong, wrong. Nobody really understands classic lit. You feel tired. Stay awake. Hey, are you listening to me? Wake up, children! Now open your textbooks. First on your syllabuses, Ais Monogatari, an origin of Japanese literature. It's a very interesting story. Your youngster might call it the bomb. Oh, you're so old, man. We just call it lit nowadays. I can tell you people are zoning out. You stay up and listen to the lecture. Your academics has increased. Nice. Free stats are free. After school. You say to go home with Junpei. Cat. Go to the cat. Go to the cat. How could you? We just needed the cat. The station is bustling with students on the way home. Oh? What's this? Oh. We do be sleeping.
How is he?
Good.
The same as last night.
Dead.
Very interesting. Even those who have the potential tend to be unstable at first.
Okay.
Memory loss, disorientation.
But we are the perfect example.
But this subject is rather unique. He hasn't exhibited any of the common symptoms.
Yeah. Guess I used OP.
But we're treating him like a guinea pig.
Yeah, kinda.
I understand your concern, but it's imperative that we recruit new members.
And who are we?
I heard he's your classmate. Wouldn't you be more comfortable working with someone from the same grade?
Nah.
Yeah, I guess. But still.
Command room. Is that you, Akihiko?
You're not gonna believe this. This thing is huge.
That's what she said.
Unfortunately, I don't have time to talk. It's chasing me.
Oh my.
I wanted to let you guys know. I'm almost there.
Does that mean he's bringing that thing here?
Shit.
Mr. Chairman, let's suspend our observation for now. We'll prepare for battle.
Right. Be careful.
Akihiko!
Senpai!
I'm all right. Get ready to be surprised. It'll be here any second.
Good thing you brought it here. Good thing you didn't like try and trick it away or just run away for like an hour, since it seems to disappear after that. But what do I know?
This is no time to joke around.
Understandable.
It's one of them, Akihiko?
Yes, but not an ordinary one.
Oh, okay, okay.
Ah! What the? You've got to be kidding me!
Sounds a bit biggy.
Mr. Chairman, please head for the command room.
Stay here. We need you. Fight with us.
Takiba, go upstairs and wake him up. Then escape out the back.
But what about you two?
Suicide mission.
We'll stop it here. You led it to us, Akihiko, so I'm afraid you'll have to fight.
Like I had a choice. What are you waiting for, Yukari? Go!
Go!
I'm going!
I'm going. Well, I guess the game is starting to start up. You are woken by a loud noise. We heard a commotion down the hall. You decide to go and take a look? Bang bang! Okay.
Sorry, I'm coming in!
Good thing you sleep with a uniform on.
I don't have time to explain. We have to get out of here now!
Understandable.
Hurry, downstairs! We'll leave through the back door!
We'll exit through the back door.
Wait!
Yeah, you and me exit through the back door together. Yeah.
Take this, just in case.
Oh. Okay, okay. So I can stab myself. I just kill myself quickly if I get in danger. Good thinking, good
Let's
thinking.
go.
Big grin. Big grin.
Alright, we should be safe now.
Nothing good helps us to say that.
Do you read me?
No, I hear you.
Yes, I hear you.
Be careful. There's more than one enemy. The one we're fighting isn't the one Akihiko saw.
What? Let's pull back.
What do we need to do? Downstairs. Do we have any choice but to go further? Shit. Whoa, 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 whoa. What are we going to do? Sleep? Sleep this way? It never happened. It doesn't seem like it's going to be soon. Oh, soon. Downstairs. They're fine. Right? Right? Let's go and check. You can't go down there. I'm sure they have it under control. So, up and away. I guess that's what we're going to do.
What was that?
Sound like glass breaking?
It's getting closer.
Ah, shit.
Keep moving. Hurry.
Hurry, hurry. Oh yeah, if you go out through there. Good thing it's not. Yeah. Hell yeah, we're safe now.
I think we're okay for now.
Ah, good, nice. I don't think we're okay. Huh?
What?
F.
Those monsters. We call them shadows.
Suicide attempts, I guess.
Go on.
There.
Wait.
Persona.
That's the game.
Thou art I, and I am thou. From the sea of thy soul I cometh. I am Orpheus, master of strings.
As we suspected.
Yep. Yeah. I don't think he brought the monster. I think we are the monster, if you look at that at least.
What on earth is that?
That is bad. The sudden swell of power that subsided. Orpheus has regained its original form. You have obtained a new persona. My name is Orpheus.
Is it over?
Yeah? No. Didn't you say die? Oh my. Okay, so welcome to Persona 3. After 1 hour and 10 minutes, we finally get to start fighting. Yep. After over an hour of just pure story, we finally get to actually play the game. More than just a quick walking around. Yep. It took us this long to just get the beginning of the game. Whew. But as you can see, we are slack, we are plain, and we're timid. But we are level 2. Yeah. They shoot each other. A lot. Well, by the way, welcome Banalslava. How did the stream go? Something inside you has changed. Orpheus has leveled up. What? Did you die? Like, you actually die in Elden Ring? No. You are a pro gamer. I don't believe. I think you won. Magic endurance unlock. Nice. No problems. Orpheus learned Agi.
Are you okay?
Yeah.
Oh, come on. Say something.
What? Hello? Are you an angel? Did you fallen from heaven?
Are you alright?
No.
Can you hear me?
Yes.
Please. Answer
Please,
me.
what? Can't you hear me? Am I dead? Is this astral projecting? Shit.
It's so nice to see you again.
Thank you, Agro.
You became unconscious after awakening to your power.
Yeah.
It's nothing to worry about, though.
Why not?
So just relax.
Okay.
By the way,
what is it?
I see that it was Orpheus that heeded your calling.
Is this bad? Am I going to get punished?
That power is called a persona. It is a manifestation of your psyche.
Persona. You know what that's a reference to? That we're playing a Persona game. That's right.
It may take some time to fully comprehend. A persona is a facet of your personality that surfaces as you react to external stimuli.
Let's do a reading stream where I just read all of the philosophy behind this game. Oh yeah, let's do that.
You can think of it as a mask that protects you as you brave many hardships.
If you're actually interested in knowing the philosophy, psychology behind this game, Jungian, if I remember correctly.
That being said, your power is still weak.
Well, I don't see your persona, bitch.
When you use your persona ability, you must channel your inner strength. The ability evolves as you develop your social links, your emotional ties with others.
So tell me, get the fuck out of your room and get some friends. Oh, by the way, blood banana.
The stronger your social links, the more powerful your persona ability. Please remember that.
Okay, so get
Now
friends.
then, time marches on in your world.
Yeah, I do.
I shouldn't keep you here any longer.
Ah, sorry, banana. We're not friends. No. What am I talking about?
Next time we meet, you will come here of your own accord. Until then,
Yeah, stinky cheese on you liksom.
farewell.
Bye. Your mind is getting clearer. I wonder how you've been asleep. You feel somebody's presence beside you.
You're awake.
Yeah?
How do you feel?
Well, I just talked to a man in an elevator. How should I feel? Do you know what I feel?
Thank goodness you finally came to. How much sleep do you need? It's been a whole week.
What? Ah. Yes, I see. We are dead.
I was so worried about you.
Understandable.
Oh yeah, this is Tatsumi Memorial Hospital. It's just a short walk from the station.
Okay.
The doctor couldn't find anything wrong with you. He said you were just exhausted. But you kept sleeping and sleeping. You know how worried I was?
A lot, I guess.
I'm sorry I couldn't do anything.
You'll get the hang of it.
Even though I was supposed to protect you,
Yeah.
But your power, it was amazing.
Oh, thank you. But what were those things?
You mean the shadows?
Oh,
They're what we're fighting against.
okay.
And the power you used, we call it persona.
Persona and shadows.
We'll explain everything later. I'm sorry I didn't tell you before.
So tell me, instead of saying everything in the beginning, you just tell half of it in the beginning. So we actually get a better game for a while. Yeah, I thought so.
I wanted to tell you that I'm sort of like you.
Okay. Why you tell me this?
My dad died in an accident when I was little.
Ah, I understand.
My mom and I aren't exactly on good terms. You're all alone too, right?
Have you guys? You can become a new family.
To be honest, I already know about your past.
Shit. Should I just run away then?
But it didn't seem fair, so I wanted you to know about mine.
Oh yes. You have a mother. Great
It was
backstory.
back in '99.
The bite of 99?
There was a big explosion in the area. Supposedly, my dad died in the blast, but nobody really knows what happened.
Ah. I'm sorry for you.
He was working in a lab run by the Kirijo group.
The who group?
So, I'm hoping that if I stick around long enough, I'll find out something.
I understand that.
That's why I'm going to Gekukan High, and why I was there when this happened to you.
Okay.
Of course, I panicked and wasn't much help. It was my first time fighting them too.
Ah.
I'm sorry. You wouldn't have to go through all this if I wasn't such a coward.
It's okay. It's not your fault.
Thanks. But still.
Nah, don't think about it.
Here I am telling you all this the minute you wake up.
Yeah.
While I was waiting, I thought to myself.
Tell me more. Go on.
I've been hiding so many things from him. As soon as he wakes up, I'll tell him the truth.
Who's he?
So, thanks for listening. I've been wanting to share that story with someone for a long time.
Are you like having a boyfriend or something?
Alright, I'm gonna get going.
Yeah, I think that's best.
I'll let the others know you woke up.
Okay.
Take
nice.
it easy, okay? Be a good patient.
No.
And don't hesitate to call the nurse.
Okay.
I'm sure she'll take good care of you.
Well, if you say so. Hello, nurse. Over there.
Bye.
Bye. So yeah, after 1 hour 20 minutes, we get to start playing the game for real. That might sound like a long time ago to a lot of people, but Persona 4 is a lot worse. I think it's 4 hours to get here. Yeah, 4 hours of just going through school and almost not doing anything else. Yeah. Good thing, the 5th game is just incredible in the beginning. But what do I know? Bonding seems to be doing pretty well. Yeah, I'm alright. That's good. Hey, sorry to hit you with this first thing in the morning, but Ikutski-san wants to talk to you today. Come to the 4th floor of the dorm of the school, okay? Don't forget. Okay. Oh hell, Mr. Samurai. This dude, he's aesthetic. That's enough about mammoths. I don't see the big deal. They're just huge elephants. And that wraps it up for the Stone Age. I'm tired of lessons about stones. I already used to talk about the Sengoku era. Japanese history is not that exciting until then. Though I'm paid to do this. I've got It's tough being an adult, you understand? No, you don't. You're just kids. Next is the Yeoman period. When do the samurai get the day in the sun? I used to ask a question if I don't call it a day. Huh? Hey, Junpei, what is the style of houses in Yeoman period called? How am I supposed to know about something way back then? Quick, what the heck is he talking about? He's talking about mud huts. Totally don't cheat and have a paid shop. You thought you were a goddamn weep. Nah, this teacher is just like, I don't want to teach this. Let me talk about samurais. That's correct. Mud huts were built by digging a hole in the ground and supporting the roof. It's no use. Take this. I want to get to the age of katanas. Everything else is so dull. Yeah, this man is just a huge weep. This is like 06. This was like the beginning of the new age of anime and manga and stuff. Hey, I answered right, and I don't get any credit? Well, thanks Yuki. You're the classmates whispering. Yuki told Junpei the answer. He's really smart. You became slightly more popular. Yeah, baby. That's what I'm talking about. After school. It seems to be discussing something important at the dorms today. You said to go home early. Oh, that's the weeb. in the background to the right. Hell yeah. The shopping mall is filled with people coming and going. Evening. There's no one in the lounge. You're told to go to the 4th floor. Before that, let's just save. So yeah, there's 4th in Mount 4 in the game, as you can see, and I played up to 9th. I think it goes to January or February, so yeah, I have a long way to go. You think this song slaps? Yeah, it slaps. Until after about 30 hours of this song every time you come home. But yeah, it's pretty solid. It's just, if you just listen to it, end on end it, But yeah, it's pretty nice. There you are.
Ah, there you are.
Here I am.
I'm glad that you're okay.
Oh, thank you.
The reason I asked you here is because I needed to talk to you.
About what?
Please, have a seat.
Okay.
Oh, before that,
should I stand up
I
again?
believe I mentioned him earlier, but this is Akihiko.
Hello, senpai.
How you doing?
Just killed the shadow that you couldn't kill, but yeah, pretty okay.
Okay, let me start off by asking you this. Would you believe me if I said that a day consists of more than 24 hours?
No. Show me proof.
Do you remember the night you came here? You had to have noticed the signs.
You know, I was pretty deep into this thing called the internet, the Yotopes. You know that? No? I understand
The
them.
street lights went out. Nothing was working. There were coffins everywhere.
But I was watching the phone.
Didn't it feel like you
Internets.
were in a different time?
True. There were like no dislike thing you could do on YouTube anymore. Yeah. Better here.
That's the dark hour. A time period hidden between one day and the next.
Oh, I thought it was 2022.
It occurs each night as the clock strikes 12. It'll happen tonight and every night to come.
Even in 3 days?
Normal people don't realize it, since they're all sleeping inside their coffins.
Dead weight, I see.
But that's not what makes the dark hour so interesting.
Tell me more?
You saw those creatures.
Yeah, I
We
did.
call them shadows.
Okay.
They only appear during the dark hour and attack anyone not in a coffin.
That's good that you tell me that, because otherwise I would probably be unalived.
It's our job to defeat them. Sounds exciting, huh?
I guess.
Akihiko, why are you always like that? You just got hurt the other day.
So you tell me I need to do your dirt work now.
Now. He does his work well.
True.
Long story short, we're the Specialized Extracurricular Execution Squad, C's for short.
I would like to say sheesh for sure.
On paper, we're classified as a school club, but in reality, this group is dedicated to defeating the shadows. Mitsuru is the leader. I'm the club advisor.
So you don't either get into a coffin, but you can't fight. You're just like going to die, probably, I guess.
A shadow feeds on the mind of its prey. The victim becomes a living corpse. They're responsible for most of the incidents on the news, if not all of them.
But how do you fight them?
Although rare, there are those who can function during the dark hour.
Knuckles?
Some may even awaken to a power that enables them to fight the shadows. That's Persona, the power you used the other night.
Personas, you say?
The shadows can only be defeated by Persona users. Which means it's all up to you guys. I'm glad you're quick to understand.
Yeah.
What he's trying to say is, we want you to join us.
Kill yourself.
We've prepared an evoker for you. We'd like you to lend us your strength.
Okay. So I'm not going to kill myself with the gun. You're not tricking me, right? Alright then.
I was afraid you'd say no. Welcome aboard.
Thank you.
Thank you so much. I'm really glad.
How good?
Oh, I almost forgot. About your room assignment.
Can I stay here, or do you want me to just leave?
Why don't you just stay here, in your current room?
Okay.
I don't know what the holdup is, but I guess it worked out in the end.
It's not like you all know this and just held me here to teach me everything, right? Right?
Hold up. Wasn't that... Oh, never mind.
What are you trying to tell me?
It doesn't matter anymore.
Why? Oh? Oh? A mysterious voice rings in your head. Mr. Stream. Follow. Subscribe. Thou shall have a blessings when thou chooseth to create a persona of the Fool Archon. You established a new social link. So that was what he was talking about. You just need friends. How nice that all of you guys are here. You feel your inner strength growing. You recall what Igor said about the power of social links. Your mom gay! Are you going to teach us something important, like how to do everything, or...?
Hi, how are you?
Oh no. Boy, get away from here. We, no. Stranger danger. Oh, no, I'm leaving. I'm not going to, don't call the police, please. How did you get in here? Should I call the police? Or will they just like put me in jail for having a kid in my room?
I'm always with you.
Ooh. Please don't. I don't want the police to know that little kid is following me. Yep. Stop!
Soon, the end will come.
Are you going to kill me today?
I remembered, so I thought I should tell you.
You remember you're going to kill me. Please continue.
Really? If you say so. To be honest, I can't tell you much about it yet. Oh, looks like you've awakened to your power. And an unusual power it is. A power that takes many forms, yet is bound by none.
So, My mom wasn't wrong when she told me I was special.
It may prove to be your salvation, depending on where you end up.
Dead. I think I will end up dead.
Do you remember when we first met?
Yeah, I signed my soul to you, didn't I?
I expect you to honor your commitment.
I see.
I'll be watching you, even if you forget about me.
Please don't. Please don't look at me.
Okay then.
Don't tell anybody.
See you later.
Is this all like a secret or... Oh shit. The boy has disappeared. He's gone. Ooh. Good thing nobody caught us. Sunday. The 19th. Next is in 20 days. It's evening. You hear something? It's like someone is calling your name from downstairs.
Hey, it's me.
Ah, it's
Can you
Carrie.
come down here?
Yes?
Okay, he's here now. So, what's this all about?
There's someone I want to introduce.
Okay.
Hey, hurry up.
Hold your horses. This is freaking heavy.
Don't we recognize this voice maybe? Oh my.
Junpei?
It's garbage, man.
Why is he here? Wait, don't tell me.
Yeah?
This is Junpei Iori from Class 2F. He'll be staying here as of today.
Yep.
What's up?
What's up?
He's staying here? You've got to be kidding me.
Nope.
I bumped into him the other night. He has the potential, but he just awakened to it recently.
So, 3 of us awakened around the same time. Nothing suspicious here.
I told him about us, and he agreed to help.
So, I needed like careful observation. I just found this guy on the streets. Seems fair to me.
You have the potential? For real?
He found me crying like a baby at the convenience store, surrounded by a bunch of coffins.
I see.
I don't remember much, but man, that's embarrassing.
Yeah, that's kind of
He said that's, you know, completely normal in the beginning.
We didn't cry. Did we?
Like being confused and not remembering anything. Did you guys know that?
No. Didn't happen to me. Guess you're just a week.
Big deal. It happens to everyone else.
I'm not sure about that.
Man, I was shocked to find out about you guys.
It's almost like it was faith.
I had no idea. I'm glad I'm not the only one. It could get kind of lonely, you know?
You know?
I bet you're stoked too, right? Having me join?
Huh? Yeah.
Well, enough with the introductions. I think we're about ready.
We're going out tonight.
We're gonna go do something?
Your mom.
Sweetness.
With this many people, we can start exploring that place.
Is your mom's that big, I guess?
You mean Tartarus?
Oh shit. You should call him mom by a nickname, not just Tartarus.
Tartarus? What's that? Sounds like toothpaste.
True.
We believe we can find the reason for the dark hour there.
I
Understandable.
hope so.
The chairman will give us the details tomorrow night, so be ready.
So tomorrow night, 4:20. It's the weed number. You were having a conversation. Good morning. I'm always so drowsy on Monday mornings. Yeah, me too. The only thing you can do is to sleep through first period. Wait, tomorrow is when you have a morning assembly. I'm too lazy for that. It's pretend I didn't hear. The first bell is wrong. Is that like we're late for school or something? Oh, lunchtime, lunchtime. That's important.
I thought I was gonna fall asleep in there.
Oh.
Can I have a minute?
Yeah.
Come to the lounge when you get back to the dorm. I have something to tell everyone.
Shit.
Oh, are we having that talk?
What talk?
I'll save the details for later. See you there.
Okay.
Wow, she didn't waste any time leaving.
Yeah. Short and sweet.
She's probably busy with things like student council, unlike us.
She's having a life. Cringe.
Ooh, Yucatan. Do I sense some hostility?
Some
Well, it's not that I don't like her. She's just...
Say it. Say it, bitch. Say it like you mean it. You're told to come back early today. You say to go home early with Junpei. That's the best. Wild duck burger. Oh, hell yeah. You walked home with Junpei, talking and laughing at each other's inappropriate jokes. Evening.
Okay, everybody's here. I'd like your undivided attention.
Okay.
For a long time, Mitsuru and Akihiko were the only persona users we had. But that number recently jumped to 5. Therefore, starting tonight at 12 a.m., I'd like to commence the exploration of Tartarus.
Sounds good, sounds good.
Sorry, I asked this yesterday, but what's this Tartarus thing again?
You haven't seen it, Junpei?
No.
It's no surprise, since it only appears during the dark hour.
The dark hour?
Yeah, the dark hour.
Just like the shadows. Interesting, huh? And it's the perfect place for us to train.
I see.
You can think of it as a shadow nest.
So we're going to die. A lot.
Whoa. Their nest, huh?
Huh?
But, Senpai, what about your injury?
Too late for that.
Since Akihiko hasn't fully recovered yet, he'll only come as far as the entrance.
Yeah, I know.
Yeah, I know.
Well, I'm sure he won't complain, as long as you don't go too far in.
Let's finish this. Packed in, packed up.
Since we're dealing with shadows, Tartarus isn't something we can avoid.
Ah.
Relax, I've got your backs.
I'm not so sure about this.
What about you, Mr. Chairman?
I'll stay here. As you know, I can't summon a persona.
Sus. That's very sus.
This is it? This is the place?
Yeah.
Why here?
Why not?
Just wait a few minutes. It's almost midnight.
Oh shit. Here we go again. Damn. That's pretty big.
This is Tartarus, the labyrinth that reveals itself during the dark hour.
Yeah.
Labyrinth?
Oh no. Are we going to get
What are you
lost?
talking about? What happened to our school?
Reduced to ash? Gone.
Once the dark hour passes, everything returns to normal.
This is the nest you were talking about? But why? Why'd our school turn into a giant tower? You don't know
Yeah,
either?
Tell us, are you?
No.
I'm sure it's complicated. Who cares anyway? It's not like it would change our minds about fighting.
Well, maybe now we'll find out. Mitsuru and I have only gone in to take a peek. This'll be our first time exploring it. Exciting, isn't it?
Yeah, I guess.
There has to be some sort of clue in here about the dark hour.
Akihiko, I respect your enthusiasm, but you won't be accompanying us today.
Leave, you fool.
I know, you don't have to remind me.
Whoa. It's just as cool on the inside.
But it sure is creepy.
This is only the entrance. The labyrinth lies beyond the doorway at the top of the stairs.
First we'll have you three get a feel for this place. Why don't you go have a look around?
What?
Okay.
By ourselves?
We're not asking you to go very far. And I'll be feeding you information from here.
How?
So you two didn't plan on coming in the first place?
Oh, we use sacrificial goats. Okay, I see. Very understandable.
That's
When
right.
can I leave?
We're also going to appoint a leader to make any necessary decisions.
I would say Akihiko.
For real? One of us? Oh, me, pick me.
Absolutely not. Anybody but Junpei. Yeah, no.
You're in charge.
No. Yes.
Wait, why him? He doesn't look like a leader.
You haven't seen me in bed yet, baby.
But he has fought them before.
Seriously?
For real?
That's true, but there's another reason. You two. Can you summon your persona without any difficulties like he can?
Yeah, of course I can.
I think so.
These are shadows we're talking about here. Without your persona, you're screwed.
Shit.
I'm aware of that.
Oh. What kind of form might this be? Oh, hell yeah. It's the blue one. Our favorite. You used the velvet key. I wonder where this might be. Hell yeah. It's an elevator.
I've been waiting for you.
Why?
Time has come for you to wield your power.
I see.
The tower that you are about to venture into. How did it come to be? For what purpose does it exist?
Are you going to tell us now, or are we going to experience everything?
Regrettably, you are not yet capable of answering these questions.
But how about you? You could tell me everything right now.
That is why you must be made aware of the nature of your power.
Shit. About that door.
It leads here, although no one but you can see it.
I see, I see.
Your power is unique. It's like the number 0. It's empty, but at the same time holds infinite possibilities.
Some just stupid and filled with nothing.
You, my boy, are able to possess multiple personas and summon them as needed.
Okay.
And when you have defeated your enemies, you will see the faces of possibility before you. There may be times when they are difficult to grasp, but do not fear. Seize what you have earned. Your power will grow accordingly. Be sure to keep that in mind. My spare time will soon be scarce.
You're going to leave me now.
But please, come again of your own accord.
Okay, okay.
I'll tell you then about my true role, the manner in which I can best assist you. Until then, farewell.
Bye. Okay. I guess you don't want to teach me everything.
Hey, are you all right?
No.
Yeah, what's up? You look like a zombie.
I opened this door and...
Huh? What door?
Oh no. Is this about the pill that I took? Shit. I know I shouldn't have picked that up and eaten it.
Man, are you loco?
Yeah, I am. They don't seem to see the door.
Have you been nodding off? You seem kind of out of it.
What about it? Can't I be out of it?
Dude, you're supposed to be our leader. Get your head in the game.
Nah.
Come on, let's go.
Okay then. Okay, if you tell me so. Except... I'm going to go in... Oh. You can check your own status by pressing the triangle button. Also, you can save your progress by accessing the clock to the left of the entrance. Yeah, I think I will be doing that. Let's see. Dormitory. Easy, yeah. Why? Because I want to be able to finish this without it taking weeks of grinding and not streaming. Oh? Do you mind not touching that? I use it to transport delicate equipment necessary for gathering information. And this? It's some kind of device you've never seen before. It does seem to be functioning right now. Okay. Guess there's only one thing left to do. Let's head into this. Are you ready? Hell yeah! Good luck. Tartarus. Block 1. Block number. Let's see. See if I can remember how we do this.
So, this is it, huh?
Yep.
I hope I don't get lost.
Same. Hope we don't get split up randomly.
Can you all hear me?
Yep.
Whoa. Is that you, Senpai?
I'll be providing audio backup from here on out.
Okay.
Wait, you mean you can see inside here?
A little bit suspicious.
It's my persona's ability.
Okay.
I'd like to join you, but the structure of Tartarus changes from day to day. That's why outside support is imperative.
I see.
Well, that makes me feel a whole lot better.
Now, based on your current location, you can expect to encounter enemies at any minute. They shouldn't be too tough, but proceed with caution.
Why couldn't you guys like that have experience eat them down?
Practice makes perfect.
Right.
Got
Well,
it.
what do I know? Hell yeah.
She always liked that.
Let's see. Will they come any help, or will you just have to press button randomly? Let's begin. Keep in mind these are real battles you'll be engaging in. Now, see if you can eliminate all the shadows wandering around on this floor. Defeat all the shadows on this floor. Okay, X is stab. Obtain medicine. Watch out, I detect a shadow in front of you. Move in and hit it before it attacks you. Press X to use your weapon. You can hit an enemy before it hits you, then you will have the advantage at the start of the battle. Nice. Think we hit.
Takeda has informed me about your power, but nevertheless, you have minimal combat experience.
That's true.
Would you like me to explain the basics of...
Yeah.
The primary offensive options available to you in battle are attack and skill. Attack corresponds to the weapon you've equipped, while skill relates to your persona's abilities. Those skills consume either stamina or spiritual power. They tend to have a greater effect. Use whichever option best suits the situation. Keep attacking until you've defeated the enemy, but pay careful attention to your stamina.
How do I notice my stamina?
That's it for now. Did you get all that?
Yep.
Okay, then I want you to defeat the enemy before you. Try using both the skill and attack options.
Oh yeah, baby, 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 baby. Oh yeah.
You attacked the enemy's weakness. Here's a chance. Let's get him.
Are you ready for this? Just beat the guy up to pieces. It's glorious.
Complete victory. Great job.
Snuff soap. Oh. Yeah. This should be a staircase nearby. Do you see it? A staircase is the only way to proceed to the next floor. I cannot allow you to go any higher today, but please remember about it next time. There's another shadow ahead of you. You'll be at a disadvantage if the enemy gets the first hit in, so try to surprise your opponents and strike first. If you are able to strike the enemy before you are spotted, then you will gain the initiative. On the other hand, if the enemy hits you first, the opposite will occur. Like that.
Now's a good time for me to explain about attack properties, which are important to consider during battle. Do you want to know more?
Yeah?
Nearly every type of attack is associated with a particular property.
Okay.
For example, swords can be used to do slash attacks, while bows are used to do pierce attacks.
Okay.
Skills, on the other hand, have different properties. Bufu, for instance, indicates an ice attack. Now, most enemies are vulnerable to certain types of attacks. In other words, they have weaknesses. A fire skill will deal greater damage to an enemy that's weak against fire. With my power, I can analyze an enemy to determine its weaknesses and strengths. That falls under tactics.
The first time an enemy is analyzed, you may have to wait a while for the results. But from then on, whenever you analyze that particular enemy, you receive the result right away. While you're selecting your target, if a question mark appears above the enemy, then the particular above the enemy, then the particular enemy has not been previously analyzed. You can select Analyze from the Tactic menu and press the L1 to issue this request. Yep.
The enemies you're facing have a weakness that you can exploit. Why don't you give it a try?
Yeah, I'll try and blaze them. See? Nice. And now slowly kill them.
Keep going.
Hell yeah. And you. Nice. Now we can just do the big all-out attack. Nice. And now they're dead.
Great job.
Amazing job. Ooh. The Revival beats. That's nice. Medicine. Okay. Nice. Yeah, I could. There seems to be a shadow just around the corner. Approach carefully to avoid being spotted. The map will prove to be quite useful as you explore, so use it often. Nice. First hit. And we can burn you all.
Exploit the enemy's weakness in the last battle. If you didn't already notice, doing so will also grant you an additional attack. Would you like more details?
Yeah. Yeah,
An enemy will lose its balance if you exploit its weakness or land a critical hit.
I see.
This will give you the opportunity to perform an additional action. In other words, you'll get to do one more thing.
That's pretty clever to name it one more.
You can keep attacking the same enemy, or if you prefer, attack a different target. And if you succeed in knocking another enemy off balance, then you can act yet again, which means you can remain on the offensive for as long as you can keep this up. This strategy is essential to securing victory. However, remember this. An enemy that's already lost its balance cannot be knocked off balance again. You can't knock down someone who's lying on the ground, right? It's the same idea.
I understand.
Now, to knock an enemy off balance, you need to know its weaknesses, so don't hesitate to ask me for an analysis. I'll be sure to share the results with the others as well. Got it?
Okay. Yeah.
Then proceed with the battle. Use what you've learned to quickly dispose of the enemy.
Okay. Let's then burn them cookies. Hell yeah. Now we finally start to play the game. Oh. This is extremely slow in the game.
A wisely chosen attack.
Yep, I want to play game. But I also want to just press X
the enemy is vulnerable.
for 2 hours.
Here's our chance for an all-out attack.
All-out attack. Tell me.
You have the potential to grow even stronger.
Yeah, no. Hell yeah. Mysterious cards appear in front of you and in your mind. You wonder if this was what Igor was talking about. After battle, you occasionally have the opportunity to select a card from the ones shuffled before your eyes. If you pick a card with a persona in it, then you receive that persona. The other cards, each of which has a unique effect or reward. Keep an eye on the card. On the card you want to try to pick. Okay? Pixie. Here. Nice. Pixie. You're welcome Pixie into your heart. And level up. Oh, we're still good. Your hit point and spirit point has increased. And you are now able to create personas up to level 3.
Yes! My skill level has increased.
Okay, so everybody gained a level. That's nice. Can we get anything interesting maybe? Oh, that's a big one. Yeah. Okay. Yeah. But haven't even taken an adept. If you want another party member that has a persona with healing skills, be sure to take advantage of it. Stab you?
There is a better way to defeat all of your enemies in battle than to attack them individually. You can perform an all-out attack. Would you care to hear more about this?
No, thank you.
That concludes the basics of battle. But there's one last thing I need to tell you. Shadows become stronger the further you advance. If you don't think you can win a battle, retreat at once. There may be times, however, when an escape will be impossible. This battle is one of those times. Good luck.
If he dies, he dies. Is that what you're trying to tell me?
Yes.
5.
The enemy is vulnerable. Attack.
5. Yeah, this is the beginning. the game is just like, yeah, you know what? I'm just gonna give you simple enemies. You might have to try a little bit, but you probably late game. Oh fuck you! You just put an enemy that's immune to everything. Oh fuck you! Let's try and kill the. Nah, you couldn't. Huh?
You have the potential to
Sucks
grow
to be
even
you.
stronger.
Yeah. Shove time. Ooh. Green number 1, please. Okay. Rank 1. Your experience has increased. I feel like
Yes!
that,
My skill level has increased!
that's one of the great ones. I know that coins are good, that's all. You should have more shadows on the prowl. Well, at least you gained some experience in battle. Let's get back to the dawn for today. There should be an access point somewhere on that floor. Can use it to return to the entrance. Since there aren't any enemies up to worry about, why don't you split up and search individually? Just tell the other party members that what you would like to do. Press the square button to issue orders to your allies. Okay. Split up. Use this command to instruct your party members to spread out and look for stairs, access points and items. However, if they are not very strong, they can easily fall prey to the enemy. Be sure to keep an eye on their health.
Everyone, spread out and proceed individually.
Yep. Here we are. Here it is. The group.
Everyone, return to the leader.
Yep.
Woot!
Come here.
Check out my fat loot!
Oh, did you get loot? I want loot too. Rip. Guess he stole it. Greedy bastard. Are we not like healed after doing this? I guess. Good, you found the access point. Please return to the entrance. Alright. Here you go, bro. Obtain meds. Ah, okay. Who is sitting now? Good boy, good boy.
Welcome back. So,
Thank you.
how was it?
Pretty good, pretty good. No problem.
I see. Well, if you gained confidence, that's the best thing you could have achieved.
Nice.
Wow, I never knew I had that kind of power.
Understandable,
We kicked some
though.
ass.
Yeah.
But damn, I'm beat.
You too?
That's because you were bouncing around like a little kid.
Yeah, you look pretty tired yourself, Yucatan.
I'm still trying to catch my breath, actually.
That's the effect of the dark hour. You'll become fatigued more easily.
Ah,
Don't worry, though.
I see.
You'll adapt. But I'm surprised. You all did much better than I expected. At this rate, they'll
Okay.
catch up to you in no time, Akihiko.
Simst.
We'll see about that.
Oh. A mysterious voice rings in your head. Thou art I, and I am thou. Thou shalt have our blessings when thou choosest to create a persona of the full arcana. The Sheesh social link has reached level 2. Your power to create personas of the full arcana has grown. How nice. Can we go back or... And there we are. Check your memory. And write that, and yeah. Let's see. Can we go back in? That's enough for today. You have plenty of fighting ahead of you. Let's return to the dorm. I see. Dark hour will soon be over. It will be the next day when you stop exploring and return to the dorm. Would you like to return to the dorm? Return. You'd say to stop exploring and return to the dorm. What? Hey, you're Yuki, right? Yeah? Why? Man, I knew it. I also knew you, Payday. You're pretty close with your Kirijo. What's up with that? Well, I guess it doesn't matter. I'm looking for somebody with a little more experience anyway. By the way, I'm Kenya Tomoshika. There's a morning assembly, so you better hurry.
That concludes the main portion of today's assembly.
Whew. That was a good talk. That was a good talk. Thank you, student.
Next, we'll hear a word from the student council. Please welcome the new president, Mitsuru Kirijo, from class 3D.
Thank you.
So, she did get elected. Well, I guess she is the most popular girl in school.
Sassy? Yeah.
You can say that again. There's like some kind of aura around her. Besides, this school's owned by the Kirijo group, right?
Ah.
Yeah, I try not to think about that.
Understandable.
As I begin my term as Student Council President, I'd like to share with you my vision for this coming year.
Oh, what might that be?
It is my firm belief that each of us must accept the responsibility of bettering our school.
I see.
However, change cannot occur without sustained effort and an unprecedented level of commitment.
Can we
That is why we must restructure our daily lives to accommodate this lofty goal. I'd like each of you to dig deeply into your well of motivation and reevaluate your convictions.
That sounds hard.
To imagine a bold new future without losing sight of the realities around you.
Who voted her to be school president? Not me, at least.
That is the key. I'm certain that many of you have your own visions of the future. For us to reap the full benefits of our education, your participation, ideas, and enthusiasm are essential.
Okay,
Thank you.
Dang, that was freaking amazing. So, do you have any idea what you just said?
Blah blah blah, blah 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 blah. Be a better you.
Sure didn't sound like something a high schooler would say. If it was anyone else, we'd be laughing our asses off.
Okay. Oh, hell yeah. Alright. Today we'll be going over Meiji era literature. Open your textbook to page 12. You know what? I'm tired of these textbooks. I just went over this novel in the last class. I got a great poem you can cover instead. Close your textbooks, everyone, and listen. Isolated cloud, suspended over the tall, snowy mountain peak. You feel tired. Stay awake. We need it. Alright, can you? You better not be sleeping back there. You should be ashamed of yourself. Taking a nap while I pour my heart into reading this poem. For that, You get an essay along with your regular assignment night. Expect a slice of cake when you turn it in too. And don't cheap out with the store-bought stuff like last time. You stay there up and listen to the lecture. Your academics has increased. Classes end for today. As of today, you'll be able to use your time after school as you wish. If you have established social links, you wish to spend time with those individuals. Also, there are many places you can go to in the area to raise your charm, courage and academics. Be sure to look around in town as well as in the school. Well, you like it interesting? Dude, another gorgeous day. I should go for a jog before practice. Okay then. Dude, Mitsuru-senpai's speech this morning was crazy. I heard no one was even close to her in the lections. Considering her background, I don't know why they bother. Let's face it, we're all just plain ordinary compared to her man. Anything interesting here? Anything else? No. Okay, let's explore a bit and see what we can find. No? When you were absent, there was an election for student council president. Ah, right. We were gone for a week. I just forgot that. It's just like, you were just asleep. Bye bye. Please do not have. Oh hell yeah, enter the men's room. Please do not have like anything interesting. You know? Yeah, you know. Yeah. Clean your hands, you dirty man. Great again. So, this game is just... You want to go to the toilet? No? Too bad. Go to the toilet. Oh, hell yeah. PS2 game graphics. And nobody's here. Let me in. Down here. Where are we now? Yento's room? It's Yento's room. Ah, good thing you told me. Laboratory? There's lots of classrooms here. But you know what? But you know that. Art room. Laboratory. Art room. Science room. Music room. Home ec. Yeah. This is the home economics room. There's a note on the door. It appears to a mixture of Japanese and some other language. In order for you to understand it, you need to improve your academics. You must be at least average. Oh, stinky, stupid. Men's room? Yeah. Pee on all the floors. Every level must have at least a little bit of my pee. Pee to show dominance, you know. Your body is in excellent condition. Hell yeah. Pee to show dominance. Pee to have excellent condition. Anything here? Anything at all? Okay, yeah, let's pee here too. Hell. Pee every time, everywhere. If somebody tells you not to pee, pee even harder. Peak physical. Hello? I come here because I'm not feeling good today. I want some cough drops. They gave me this weird looking medicine. I was in the mood to get my courage, so I declined. And he busted another weird medicine that I've never seen her before. Oh, banana. Are you talking nutty stuff? Piss? Pee? Is that what you're trying to tell me? Because, yeah. Oh, shit. Heh. Get good scub. I don't even remember why yeah, I kinda do. Because some people are not like, oh, I want to scam all of chat. I'm just like, I might fix so you can send chats by next time, but how can I help you? However, keep in mind that you're interrupting my schoolery pursuits. He seems healthy. Nice can be deceived. Now, get back to class. So not why we're excellent. Yeah, send on messenger and I will see. That's awesome. Ooh. Let's see. What kind of link is this? Oh shit. How would I do this? Give me a second and I will set this up. Shit. Let's see, you sent it here. Let me get the link and soon. Let's mute that and create a new one. Name that and let's see. Oh no, spoilers. Let's use display capture. Not that one. Oh, I will play that again. Yeah, you feel that, don't you? Oh my.
Have you noticed how popular Akihiko-san is with the ladies? Man, take a look at that. I didn't used to talk to him much, but now I've got a good excuse.
It's a slapper. until you heard it for like the 30th hour, and you're just like, no, change music, please. But yeah, it's a slapper.
I know he's the captain of the boxing team, but who would have thought he'd be such a chick magnet? I mean, come on. You don't even see girls flock like that on TV. I wonder where they're going.
Wait for us!
After him, I guess.
Hey, are you guys free this afternoon?
Yes.
Hell yeah! What you got in mind?
I want the two of you to meet me at Polonia Mall.
Oh.
You know where it is, right? I'll be at the police station. See you there.
The police station?
You're going to jail, mate.
You mean we're not hanging out with your friends?
Who, these girls?
No.
I don't even know their names. They talk so much they give me a headache.
Oh, snap.
Anyway, I'm gonna head out. Don't keep me waiting.
Okay then, okay. I won't keep you waiting. Or will I?
Oh, why can't he be more friendly? But that's what makes him so cool.
Cool and mysterious.
Man, how can he not know their names? I mean, seriously, just look at them. Ah, well, let's go.
Kirijo asked you to meet him at the Polonia Mall Station, police station. Just right now, like, what's it that I can save again? Oh, because I'm getting a bit tired. Polonia Mall. See? Police station it was. And here. Yeah. The police station.
Thank you, sir.
This is a real slapper though.
Oh, these are the guys I was talking about earlier. I was waiting for you guys.
I almost expect him to use Jodo pose.
He helps keep our squad well equipped. And this is from Ikutski-san.
Really? Sweet!
Sweet! You and Junpei each received 5,000
You
yen.
can't fight empty-handed, so find something you like. Officer Kurosawa has connections.
Can I choose you?
But these things still cost money.
Of course they do. Nothing in life is free.
No.
I realize that. Well, I'll see you later. Thanks again.
I've been informed about you two.
Oh no. Oh no. It was him. I did nothing.
My job is to maintain peace in this city, regardless of the circumstances. I'm just an ordinary police officer, but it doesn't take a genius to know something strange is going on here. I'm only doing what I think is right.
I don't have that much, but you should be able to find what you need. Weapon. Ooh. Yes, please. That is very good. Do, 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 do. Yeah, let's get some chemistry. Yeah. And I'm poor. Do. Only 5,000 yen. I'm gonna take off, since I'm in a bad mood now. Well, a guy you said like, what, hand you 5,000 yen, it's like, only 5,000. Well, that's quite a bit, my dude. Later. You pay us left. This dude does not appreciate it. Can I do this now? There's a mysterious door. Back alley. Hope nobody comes and does inappropriate stuff to me. Ah, there you are. Welcome to the velvet room. Well, I suppose it's time for me to explain what I really do here. It's my job to create new personas. But no dosu, I fuse your persona cards together. In other words, I shall merge them into a single persona. The number of personas you have buried within you is approximately 170. I've never seen a visitor with this many possibilities before. If you establish social links, you may be able to create even stronger personas too. This should prove very interesting. So, as you accumulate cards, please bring them to me. How may I help you? Fuse? I think I only have 2. Yep. And yeah. No. Not yet. Triangle. Yep. Oh no. Yeah. So we can just do that. But right now I feel like I probably shouldn't. I still want, since that one had Bufu, which is eyes, and I'm not 100% that they have a weakness to that. I'm like, maybe not. What can we do here? Maybe. Can we? I don't think we can do anything here yet. Port Island Station, you can go to station that can be. Let's go to the station. I think there might be something here. Oh. A theater. Screenshot movie theater. In this area, you can visit various locations. Depending on where you go, you may be able to raise your charm, courage, or academics. If their stats are high enough, then you may even be able to make some new acquaintances. Beyond that, you may also raise your persona stats at the arcade. A movie marathon is playing. For those of you who want to be more courageous, 3 heroic tales are being shown. A student ticket is 1,500. Like to stay and watch some movie? Yeah. Not sweet. A bit cringe, I would say. Maybe I can do something. Good thing I don't have to pay like money tomorrow. God Meow. I do not have the right stuff right now. House map. I think I can sell stuff here. Let's see. Welcome. Sell. Can I? And we can go watch the movies. We just went into the store, was like, hey dude, you want this sword? I was like, yeah, just give it to me. Pretty cool dude, I would say. And here we go. Screenshot. Yes, we heard about it. Would you like to stay and watch a movie? Yeah. You've been inspired to be more courageous. Your courage has increased. It's getting late. Just take you back to the dorm.
Welcome back.
Perfect timing. I'd like to speak to you for a moment regarding exploration of Tartarus. Akito is still on the mend, so for now I like you to lead the team. You know, when a powerful enemy might appear, like the one you faced the other day. It's best to be prepared, or else you may find yourself in a difficult situation. So whenever you like to explore Tartarus, just let me know. I will gather around here. Also, since I'm sure there are other things you might need to take care of, you may go out at night if you need to. Well, that's it. Keep up the good work. And I will be able to go out at night. Nice. What will you do? Save. Oh, this has been really fun. Yeah. Let's just save on. I would say it was fun. I'm excited to play more. But until next time, see ya.